a quick message before we start. Tarot and oracle cards are amazing tools for self-awareness and guidance. In the right hands, it can truly help you understand the story of your life. However, this should only be support in developing your own intuition and discernment. I ask that this tarot session be guided by the divine for your best path and purpose. If you would like to support the work I do on this channel, you may donate at the link in the description box. Thumbs up on the video, commenting, and subscribing are also appreciated shows of support. All right, so today we are doing the messages from the universe reading, and you would have seen that you have the cheetah, you have the butterfly as your choices. So pile A, cheetah, pile B, butterfly. All right, so I'm gonna give you a few seconds as usual, and then we'll get going. All right, so let's move directly into it. This is from the Wild Unknown Pocket Animal Spirit Guidebook. And today we're using the Neoteric Feminine Tarot. All right, so pile A. This is your card. So if you chose the cheetah, already innately in this card, there's an energy of action. And it's talking about like a masculine energy, like a push forward. So this is telling me that either you're in that space where you're about to, or you are trying to take this big action forward, or this is like the energy coming or around you in relation to you somehow. All right, so let us go deeper. For pile A, for the cheetah group, pile A, what is happening? What do they need to know? Okay, we have the Five of Swords, the Emperor, whoop, and then these look like they want to go down, like reverse. So I'm going to take it. I don't normally do reversals, but when it comes out so obviously, I am going to. All right, so Six of Swords, Three of Swords. All right, let's get some clarifiers on this. Okay, there's three that want to come out here. All right. All right, so we have the Ten of Swords in hidden. This is a dramatic image, but it can mean many things. It can even mean good things, right? It depends on what you have going on in your life. That is what we have here. All right, so what is this action? What is this thing that is happening? Five of Swords with the Two of Cups. All right, this is feeling there's some kind of connection, right? That you could have felt. I feel like this is about an energy that was past, and now you're in the mode of like taking action, or you're being called to do that. So this is something that some kind of situation, could be friends, it could be lovers. Because I see the Three of Swords here, it could lean towards a love situation, but it doesn't have to be. You take it as you see fit. But this is something that there was a kind of energy that wasn't making the situation stronger. It was actually weakening what was happening between you and this person. Now, you could have felt like you really realize that you don't have the control in the situation that you wanted. You're kind of worried what is going to happen in this situation, and that really tells me that there's a lot of care, right? You wanted it to happen, but it seemed like it was something that you, for the first time, or maybe you were trying to figure out, how do I navigate this? I want to have something happen, but how does it happen? Six of Swords in reverse, it kind of feels like um, you actually might not want to move on from this. And I'm saying you, but you could totally feel like this is another person that you're connected to, right? Um, it's like it's a feeling of you can't really move on here from this situation. Even though you want things to change, it's like you can't move forward, or you don't want to move forward, because maybe you're wanting, by staying in this situation, you're hoping that things will change. Maybe at some point the intention will be set that you can kind of go forward with this. Um, and if you did have some kind of hurt that happened, right? You are wanting to change that energy. I see there's somebody else here, like a Queen of Swords, who, this is the person that you could be on the other end of, or you could relate to being the Queen of Swords. But it's wanting to have a new beginning with this person, because I do think there's a case of like wanting to heal the issues that you've been having with this person. So because we have the cheetah card, right? As we're saying, it's like a masculine energy card. So um, the person that this is for could be a masculine in that energy. Doesn't have to be, but I really think this story is concerning that person. And if you feel like this is a person you're thinking about, then that is also a fit as well. But it's really a case of a situation that was coming to an end, as we saw here with the Knight of Cups. It's you and this person, you feel like you're on a path towards making something work, and then some kind of dissatisfaction, some kind of distaste set in between you two. I don't know if it's like you couldn't agree on, you couldn't see eye to eye. Somebody started to find issues with the other person. And it kind of took a lot of energy from one of you here to keep pushing this situation forward. Now, because we have this in reverse, it just tells me that there was that pain, but there's an active energy now wanting to change that. I don't want to be in this stuck state anymore. I don't want us to experience this type of hurt. I don't want us to keep hurting each other. Or I also know that you are hurt by me, by my kind of inaction, or my overthinking, or my control. And I want us to have a new start, which is going to mean, of course, that there has to be some repair. So this is an awareness on this person's path that there is a need to repair things. Maybe you two have been in a little bit of a pause or a separation energy, and this person knows, whoever side you're on. This could be you, as I said, but the person that they're thinking of, that they want to reconnect with, is, they're just not no longer in a BS type of mode. This person is clear. They are not going to beat around the bush, right? They're going to just say what they mean now, which is a different energy. And now the challenge is, how do we reverse this? Now, in this situation before, it could have been between the two of you some kind of, sometimes I see like a power struggle. It's each person wanting to advance what they want to happen, right? And with paired with this Emperor energy, it could be somebody, really, I think it's one of you in particular, that wants to assert the control. Like, it can feel like a kind of there are certain beliefs about their role in relationships that makes them feel like they have to control the situation. And it's just due to a lot of like thoughts that sometimes these are negative thoughts, sometimes these are anxieties, right? And so now, if you are the person that was on the receiving end of this, let's see. what this is. Okay, so the message here, let's try to form this into something that you can kind of take away. The message is, if you are this Queen of Swords, you are in this connection with somebody that has done some kind of, has kind of given into anxieties, has hurt you, has sabotaged a connection, and you had to end things, or things have ended somehow. This person wants to somehow make amends. They are aware that they have hurt you, and they are wanting to allow for the healing time to happen. They are wanting to have a new start after some period of time, right? But it's a real energy of, this person is not going to give up. This is an action that they're going to take towards you. No, because they are aware now of how they showed up, how they kind of were relating to you, and there is the stress of the ending that happened. This is a person that I think is going to have some kind of reform energy. Now, if you are the emperor, right, the person on the other side of this, so the person that might have been giving in a little bit too much to your thoughts, over analyzing things, overthinking things, or even giving in to negative thoughts about your connection here, um, you are seeing that some of the ways that you go about creating or thinking about your relationships can actually create a disruption. And because you're in this kind of like cheetah energy, maybe the emperor wants to do things right, but when you couple it with the nine of swords, it's somebody that wants to have that control, wants to make something happen, but actually is giving in to their thoughts a lot, right? So you could be seeing how that energy is not really productive for what you want to achieve in your life here with this person. Or you're realizing now that you actually need to take some action here. There's some kind of action that needs to be taken, because we have stayed a long time thinking about things. We realize that we can't move on. um, the action is what is needed. Now let us get the advice for with the two of you. um, this took a lot to say. I feel like there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of frustration, there's a lot of maybe hurt feelings between the two of you. The advice here: Ace of Cups, Page of Swords. Now that is actually, I think, really wise information. The King of Cups is here. So after being in this Emperor energy, this kind of more assertive, dominant, controlling energy, after being in this Queen of Swords energy, which is more like sharp, um, highly discerning, and gonna pick you apart type of energy, between you is this need to, if we want to make this go forward, which I am seeing here, at least one of you wants that, it needs to be an access to balanced emotions, right? Because that was what I think was the issue here. Somebody was not balancing in their emotions, was not grounded, was seeing things in a negative light somehow. And no, King of Cups can sometimes mean a counselor, a wise advisor. Sometimes that is needed in situations like this. So this is for the Emperor side, right? For both of you, no, it's, if you want to have a new start with this person, there are some things that you have to start to kind of, and the word that comes up is like interrogate. You have to question some things between the two of you. You have to try to put things on the table. You have to get curious about the way that each of you is seeing things, right? And also, there is also something here about, there could be one of you that believes that there's no possibility again, but be willing, I guess, to open up to it. Be willing to explore it. The Page of Swords is not really an exploratory energy. It's more of be curious, investigate it, keep an eye on this. So it's almost the energy of like, okay, if I want to reopen the gate between me and somebody and we've had tensions before, you're not just gonna, the advice is not to just rush in and be like, yes, I missed you, like, let's start again. It's let's slowly offer each other emotional availability, and let's see how they respond bit by bit, right? It's like taking your time, being cautious with each other, because you two have such a kind of strong energy. You both have the ability to really hurt each other, and so you want to be a little bit more cautious on this second go around. Yeah, but the energy really is in this cheetah card. An action can be taken and moving forward can happen. It may not be the time for like passive energy. It could be a time for let's take an action here and we see what the action is. All right. So let me grab the signs here. So we have some Cancerian energy. We also have, well, firmly, I think Aries is the energy that comes to mind, and that occurs several times here. You might have Aries in your Venus or your Mars. You could also be Aries rising as well. We also have some Aquarius energy and some Libra energy, Gemini energy for sure here. It's a lot of like overthinking, a lot of like thoughts. It feels like things that need to be expressed between the two of you. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing. And there's not many cups, so we only have the ace here. So the potential for you two is this Piscean, Cancerian, Scorpio energy, but I think it's more Cancer and Pisces. So one or either of you could have Pisces or Cancer in something like your Venus, your Mercury, your Mars, or your North Node. Yeah. So that's what I have for you guys for pile A. We're gonna move on now to pile B. It's 1737. All right. All right. So if you chose pile B, it's the butterfly. Right? That's the card. All right. Okay. Let's shuffle, and we're gonna get the message for pile B. Also, if you're still around from pile A and you liked it, please do give a thumbs up and of course subscribe for more. All right, so for pile B, what is it that is happening in their situation? And then we can get the message from it. Two of Wands, Eight of Wands, the Emperor. Okay, please clarify. Okay, and we have the Eight of Swords in hidden energies. All right, we have the Emperor coming out in this pile as well. This is a different energy though. For you, pile B, your card already talks about transformation, like big transformation, right? This is not just like, oh, I'm gonna change like my job or something like that, or it could be, but it's more like a big, like a core level energy, which is I am actually changing who I am at the core. My life is changing type of energy. All right, so let's see what's happening here bit by bit, and so we can build to your message. All right, so there's some kind of intention that you know, and I'm gonna say you because it can be, if you're dealing with somebody, it can be either or either, but whoever it is, this is the you. You know that there's a decision that you have to make, and I think this has to do with that big change. So it's all like you already know the change or transformation that needs to happen or you want to have happen. And the high priestess is like feeling called, feeling led by your intuition towards it. The eight of wands with the hangman. Now these two are like an incompatible energy to me, which tells me that you are in some kind of conflict, right? You could be somebody that is wanting to stay in your comfort zone. You're wanting to have things take some time, be slow. Maybe you're not feeling so comfortable taking actions right now, but that is exactly what is needed. It's communication, it's action forward, and it is movement, right? And this is, I think, where the transformation is happening. Some enlightenment as well that you're receiving. This is almost like very spiritual. There's a kind of internal spirituality here, and there's another type of enlightenment here. It's action forward. So when we get to this last row, it's like wanting to, yeah, this is really about releasing, like loosening up. It's like wanting to like let things flow a little bit more, because these two energies are very like grabby energies, like holding on, staying still, being strong about that. The change that's wanted is to make a decision, to step into some kind of big energy, like boss like energy in your life. But there's also this like holding on to the past. So it's almost like you could be somebody that wants to move forward but holding on. Now, in another way, some of you could be wanting to connect with somebody that is actually holding themselves back quite a lot, or making you wait in certain ways. And that is quite a difficult task, right? If you are in this case where you're wanting to plan on something with someone, you're wanting to take action, but it feels like the situation isn't moving and you're looking to somebody else to have this change happen, but this person is just kind of like, it's almost like if you're dealing with a person here, right? It's somebody that they are very stubborn. They are just not moving, right? This person is interested in their comfort zone. Now, you could feel like this in this situation. You feel like there's some kind of restriction, somebody's keeping you out, or there's a reason you can't progress in this connection, relationship, whatever it is. Um, there's an investment that's needed, but it's so long to wait on this, and that creates the issue, because one of you is wanting to go forward, one of you is really not giving in any kind of flexible way, and that's producing a case where actually you might find, if you're relating to this, you might find that you might have to actually leave this connection, right? You might have to leave it, because it's like to hold on to something that is not moving with you, is not taking the natural flow with you, is actually really stifling, right? And I know that's not a sweet message that we wanted to get here, but it's important, right? This is a message from the universe for you, because good things await when you put the movement that needs to happen in your life forward organically. That is what is needed. The transformation, right, is actually what I see here. The transformation is moving from stuck in a situation. Somebody could be keeping you stuck by either what they say, what they don't say, what they're doing, etc. You're waiting, look at this person, waiting on this person to be unstuck. believing a kind of idea that you can't be more, or you can't go forward, or something about it, right? And that is creating all these internal issues. It's the transition is we have to move on, right? um Somebody here, this emperor energy that we're looking at, has sabotaged this connection or this situation by not taking the actions, not putting allowing movement to happen. And the message that I am seeing here is it makes me think of this idea where, when you think about attachment theory, if you have two people that have two different insecure attachments, right, it's to do with how people relate to each other. Or even in therapy, they say, even if you're not thinking about attachment theory, they do say that just one person in the dynamic going to therapy and learning how to process their emotions, how to heal, all of those things, learning healthy behaviors, just one of you with another partner who is open to change can create the whole change for itself. And that's kind of what I'm seeing here, is that you might be the partner that has to create the change by you actually leaving, so that this person can actually realize how much they're creating a weight of stuck energy in this situation with you. So these are like very personal messages this week, and sometimes it's heavy, but I think that taking action on these things is actually life saving sometimes. Sometimes you read in these videos online. I watched Dr. John Deloney shows sometimes, and you read the comments, and you just see like people are like, I've had this situation for 20 years. Like it's you just have to face it. And that is the big transformation energy. Do you have the courage to take this on? Because there is such potential for change ahead of you. Now, let us get the signs, the zodiac signs, right? So we have Aries energy, Aries twice, Sagittarius energy, Pisces energy, Pisces twice, a lot of Pisces, and Capricorn. So when you pair Capricorn with Aries, that's a very difficult energy sometimes. It's a very kind of dominant energy, and it's hard to move, it's hard to shift, it's hard to give up that sense of I'm not in control here. With this Pisces and Sagittarian energy, it's somebody that, Sagittarius could be your north node. Sagittarius, Pisces could be your south node, or your sun sign, or something like that. Two of Wands here, it's like the Aries is the action going forward, push by. It's, you could be somebody, whoever this is, right? This feels a lot less like a connection. It's more like talking to an individual. You could have both something like Aries and Pisces in your birth chart. Now, I normally put something in the description box. There's a link down there about how to find your natal chart online. All right, so that is what I have for you. Wishing you all the best. And if you did enjoy this, do give a like, a subscribe, comment, tell me all the things. And yeah, I'd love to have you on another reading. So take care and all the best.